Most of the headphones never be able to replicate how we experience in-room spacious listening experience when we wearing headphones, regardless of the type of the headphones, since I had pretty much any kind of headphones. Not this one. Hello everyone, welcome to Tabama Hi-Fi Review channel. Today I would like to share my experience in using this Grell OAE2 headphones. So this one is over around the ear headphones that it uses 40mm biocellulose drivers that facing towards the ear, like you mounted the two speakers, full range speakers there in this chamber. It has a very nice padding, good squishy feeling with well insulated, yet it delivers spacious sound thanks to that front mounted drivers and chamber that give you impression of listening to these type of tower speakers, or even I would say closest gonna be these type of coaxial driver listening experience. Cohesiveness, togetherness, yet good resolution and sound signature that it can deliver. That's why I call this one head speakers. Overall sensitivity is 100 dB, 38 ohm impedance, and maximum power that it can handle is 500 milliwatts, so not too hard to drive. Weight is just about right, nice and weighty feeling with nice hugging fitment quality that I experience. It's really nice fitting, other than one minor complaint that I have is this padding on the top. It has a nice padding, but the sizes, I don't think it's big enough for my head. So this is all the way out. This is the end of the slide. And when I put it over my head, this top pad is really pushing down on my top of my head, so it can get a little bit uncomfortable over the long listening session. So that's the only single complaint I have on this OAE2 fitments. It has the flexibility of the cups that you can flatten them out like this, but slight downside is it uses 2.5mm like many Sennheiser headphone uses, but nowadays they also offer 3.5. So this one only take 2.5mm, but you can use, that's another favorite part of this OAE2. You can use either or you can even use both sides together as a typical headphone wide cable kind of thing. But I'm not really big fan of wide cables. And another thing that I like about this one is it doesn't create rubbing noise of the cable. The way that they put input for this cup, either side, whichever one you use, when you wearing it, slightly tilted upward, so the cable stay away from your shoulder or your collar, so it doesn't make rubbing sound. That's one of the most annoying thing when I'm listening headphones. So most of headphone designer should follow this kind of input directionally, slightly tilted forward so it won't rub much. And especially if you can use one-sided only, that totally helps. Wide cable or standard 2.5mm single inlet on each side, either or. That is a brilliant design. Another option that I would like to have is insulation pad that included here, cover the drivers and all that. So we would like to have another option, maybe slightly thinner version or different version of insulation here, the chamber and then the driver. That will be really nice. Build quality is excellent. It sells for $599. Some may find it slightly weightier than many of the plasticky headphones or lightweight headphones that they may experience, but this one is solid design. So this is all the way in, and you got probably like almost like 2 inches right here, the length of the the distance that you can extend to. XL Grill is known for those famous models from Sennheiser line that I experienced as well. Compared to HD650, this is gonna be upgrade version of 650 without dealing with slight forwardness in mid-range area. Some people may prefer that kind of sound quality and sound signature, but to me, this is the most neutral and more transparent and like studio worthy monitoring headphone kind of delivery in sound listening experience. Like I'm listening to these S1EX towers, coaxial drivers, and combination kind of presentation. Soundstage width and depth, probably this is one of the widest and deepest soundstage and listening experience that you can get. So probably closest possible to you are listening to these type of full tower speakers in your room kind of sound reproduction and music listening experience that this OAE2 can deliver is unmatched. So compared to such as Sennheiser HD800, this is going to be, I would say, deeper bass quality, tighter bass quality, as well as deeper and wider soundstage and more transparent neutral sound, but more musical to listen. So I tried this one with 4 different headphone stages. I started off on my desktop with using iFi ZenDeck Air 2, effortlessly driving this OAE2 as well as offering smooth and rich sound without forwardness or pronounced in mid-range and bass regions. High frequency were extended yet engaging without any brightness, so that is one of my favorite listening experience, unlike listening to any type of headphones, including planar magnetics or any other dynamic driver full range headphones that you can buy, regardless of the price point. So when I listening here using my Sony Z1 ES NAS, using it with this my reference X2O TA32 tube hybrid headphone stage, using standard OAE2 cables that come with it, 4.4 millimeter. I went through most modern tracks and enjoying my music more than ever because this one doesn't make you hear the headphone. I mean, it's sense of like enjoying the music with listening to my main speakers kind of bass delivery, sound staging, and depth. Only thing that we are not getting is chest thumping, room shaking kind of bass response or bass attack. So those are, stereo image is excellent, well produced, and there is smoothness to it regardless of what type of headphone stages I use, right? I was totally enjoying with this TA32. It totally gave me satisfying experience and pleasure of listening this type of headphones. So this is become one of my favorite enjoyable experience in many headphones that I try and I had before. Doesn't matter price point. Tube sound signature is well produced, fully redeliver without overemphasizing any frequency range. This TA32 tubes are fully upgraded with Pervade Horizon series tubes, so total quietness in the background compared to stock Ray tubes that come with it. Those Ray tubes are a little bit noisier side, so I don't like that, so I changed it to this Pervade Horizon series. And then after that, I tried recently to review Moondrop SMS collaboration or DHA15 that has enormous class A power of 15 watt at 60 ohm load, easily driven this most authoritative bass quality and tightness. When I was listening to London Grammar, you and I, right, it has a really nice and tight bass lines very musically enjoyable and very well delivered. I mean, one of the better experience that I have listening to headphones. This is the better version of Sennheiser HD650 or 800 series in terms of sound quality, unless you prefer slight forwardness or roller bass or those type of sound that you may experience with those two headphones. So this one is totally worth the upgrade from those headphones, hence designed by very same guy. So after that, I tried my Accuphase E4000 built-in headphone stage. I don't remember exactly how much power it can put out. When I tried that, it totally showed how transparent this OAE2 can be. Rich and smooth sound with total musicality that I can enjoy listening to it for hours and hours if this top pad don't bother me. So overall listening experience is unlike any other headphones. If you are a headphone guy, you may find it different. But if you are a speaker guy, you find you're right at home. I mean, it's like, to me, wow, this is like listening to my reference speaker in my room. So well treated room with acoustically, musically, everything is redelivered most accurately possible way, but in your head. That's how I will put it, without overemphasizing any sound signature. But please keep in mind, it has good transparency to it as far as sound reproduction goes. Build quality, I have nothing to complain other than top pad. Sound quality, absolutely enjoyable music listening experience. Thanks to front mounted driver with acoustic chamber design inside the cup, it's like we are listening to, like I said, this coaxial driver in a room kind of treated room kind of experience with very accurate human voices. I was monitoring my own voice with this OAE2 on my desktop setup using iFi entry-level DAC, and my own voice sounded so accurate and natural, as well as when I'm listening music, effortless and natural sound. If you want purest possible listening experience, like you are listening to full-blown hi-fi system, this could be one and only option as of right now. So I'm gonna be keep on using this OAE2 because I enjoy it so much. That's why I can totally wholeheartedly recommend you to try this OAE2, especially if you are hi-fi speaker guy like me. So this is gonna give you total, I mean, very same experience like listening to your speaker system. If your room is not treated, this one may even give you better enhanced listening experience. That is the experience I like to share with you. Thank you for watching and happy listening.